All right, another episode of Conversate After Dark. Tay, what's up with you?
Everything's good with me. What's going on with you?
It's all good. It's all good. Tell them where they can find us.
You can find us at Conversate After Dark everywhere. And if you have a topic you want us to cover or you want to be a guest on the show, even if you want to be anonymous, you can reach us at CVAD, the podcast at gmail.com.
That's right. Hit us up. You got a story you want us to read. You got a comment. You got a complaint. We don't really care, but we'll still talk about it. Hit us up and let us know. So on today's show, we have a guest, a homegirl of mine, Danielle from Dallas. Danielle, what's up with you?
Hey, how you guys doing tonight?
I'm good.
Yeah, I'm good too.
Good. So we start off every show the same way, and I'll go ahead and let Tay kick it off.
So Danielle, every show we start off with conversation cards. So I have 3 categories. I'm going to let you choose the category, but we're all going to answer it. Okay. So the categories are extreme personal questions, who's the biggest pervert, and the sexy 69 after dark.
Ooh, let's do who's the biggest pervert.
I knew she was going, because I know her. I knew she was going to say that. I knew it. Because, hey, real talk before you go. We won't give our birthdays because we don't want people looking up our stuff. But Danielle and I are almost birthday twins. Her birthday is the day after mine. So more than likely, we're less than 24 now because I'm about a year or so older. Mm-hmm. Anyway, we birthday twins. Go ahead. What's the question? Biggest pervert. I love it. Pervert.
Have you ever been handcuffed to the bed?
Absolutely. More than once.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. All right. No, I have not. I got trust issues. And I'll be honest with you, I have bought some cuffs, like Yarnell that we had on the show. Sells like the sex toys and all that type of stuff. Somebody was, had a business that sold things of that nature, and I bought some handcuffs trying to spice things up in the bedroom. But I'm a big grown ass man, and those cuffs was way too tight. They wasn't gonna work on me. So I took that as God telling me, man, don't do it. No, and I've never been tied up or anything like that. It had to be like a real special person for me to trust them. I'd have to be like tied one hand and I'll just sit on the other hand or something like
that. Like you, I have a set of handcuffs. They've never been used to tie me to a bed. But I have used like scarves or whatever, but never the handcuffs. But I have trust issues too. So they've been out for one person.
Because and the person I was going to use them with, they like to play too much. So I was just like, nah, because I could see them like, okay, I'll be right back, and leaving, and it would just be,
oh no, that's messed up. No, I never had that thought, but maybe I need to start.
No, not your boy. So Danielle, you live in Texas.
Yes.
Like Tay and I, you're in your 40s, correct?
Mm-hmm. Yes, I am.
So how is dating in Texas for a 40-something-year-old single Black woman?
Ooh, I thought it would be, well, it is difficult in the sense I recently got on one of the dating apps, and I have so many matches. Not saying that they're like my guy, but I mean, I'm a little bit overwhelmed with all the matches that I have, so I haven't really even reached out to everyone. So it's a little overwhelming. So there's a lot of guys, I don't know if they're legit or not, but there are a lot of men who are on these sites who are in relationships that are supposed to be monogamous, but there's a lot of options right now. And I am overwhelmed with trying to figure out how to navigate that. So, especially with working and doing all the other stuff, trying to be with family, friends, and trying to fit all that in. It's it's a little overwhelming. I'm not even gonna lie about it.
What made you try a dating site?
Well, one, I have not been going places lately, and that's really started since the pandemic, really. Um, After my last relationship, of course, I needed a break to heal. So I'm getting back out there now, and I'm like, I'm still not going too many places. So this is a way for me to kind of navigate through that system without having to be outside every weekend.
So what was it like before you got on a dating app?
Before,
Mhm.
it wasn't. I literally, if that person didn't, if I didn't see them at a store or out, I like to go hiking, but I've never really been approached when I've been hiking. So I never had the opportunity, honestly. Like I literally have been at home chilling. So
Okay.
this is a way for me to kind of get out of my comfort zone that has been of late. Like I truly am an introvert, very extroverted, but I like being at home also. So this was a way for me to be like, hey, get on this site, go meet up with somebody for a coffee or a drink, see if y'all vibe. If you don't pass the vibe check, then on to the next one. And it sounds kind of harsh, but I mean, I don't want to be sitting here talking to somebody online for 3 or 4 months and we finally meet. And then I'm like, ooh, your energy is off.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or your
I
breath
mean,
stink, you know?
yeah. Because you take a risk when you do that, in multiple ways. I
Mhm.
used to say that I used to be real proud of myself that I was married, right? And back then, it was still kind of weird for people to say that they met online, and
Really?
kind of hush hush. People didn't want to. They didn't want to say, oh, how'd you meet them? Oh, we met online. The dating apps weren't there. We didn't really even have like a bunch of apps on our phone.
True.
Smartphones were still at the beginning stages. So if you were meeting somebody, you were meeting them on like MySpace or Black Black Planet or something like that. And
Tagged.
what which one?
Tagged.
Tag. See, I was out the game. I had never heard of that one. I never
I
heard
remember tagged.
I never heard of that one. But yeah, so then because I remember one of my close family members, their cousin, introduced us to this guy, and we were kind of like, "How'd y'all meet?" And they got kind of like real awkward and hush hush because they were embarrassed. They didn't want to say we met online. But now it's nothing. There's really no stigma attached to it at all. I mean, and honestly, your ability to be able to narrow people down and weed out people that don't have the same interests as you
Mhm.
really kind of makes it more efficient.
Yeah, I agree.
I still don't think I'm gonna be in those streets like that though. Is this I tried it. I tried like the Facebook dating app just because I was
Mhm.
bored and I'm on Facebook and like, yeah, nah, that ain't for me. Give me the old fashioned way. I'm an extroverted introvert too, but every now and again I get my courage up and I'll just approach a woman and get the number. Yeah,
That's
so
what's up. I only had to block one person so far.
that was gonna be my next question. Have you met any weirdos or any creeps?
Yes. I only had to block one. The other two excused themselves on their own after I gave them a few words. But there's a lot of men who, and I'm sure it's worked for them in the past, who approach me with you're beautiful, you're thick. Can I speak freely on this show?
Absolutely.
One dude was like, you look like you taste good. I was like, sir, we have not exchanged but 2 sentences, and that's hi, how are you doing? I don't know what you're accustomed to, but I am not one.
Well,
Period.
I'm not saying that it's right, but will say, I will say that it's a numbers game because for every Danielle that's going to block you, there's going to be maybe another that's like, yeah, I do taste good. You want to find out? And you hooked
I
up.
can believe that.
Because my homeboys, they used to tell me that when they were on the dating apps, I don't want to say the names because they're not sponsoring the show, but some of the more popular ones, they were like, it was too much because basically it was like you could literally go on a date every day of the week. And not only were you going on a date every day of the week, you were fucking almost every day of the week if you wanted. There's some of those apps where it's like, hey, if you want to be out here and you smashing and I know guys, I mean, I can't tell too much. I'll be breaking man law, but yeah, basically, yeah, there's people out here they fucking. And with those apps, that's how they getting down. So
I believe that. My thing is this: if you actually read, I think that's part of the issue. If you actually read my profile, you will see that I am interested in a long-term relationship, and I put out a couple of things. I don't tell everything because people will tailor themselves to what it is you're looking for. I don't want to meet your representative. I want to meet you. So if you read what I wrote, you wouldn't come at me like that. So it's disrespectful to me. But again, you're right. It's a numbers game. There is plenty of women that will probably be like, ooh, wee. Not Danielle, not in this part of her life. Now, if he would have caught me about 10, 15 years ago, yeah, maybe even a year ago, I would have been like, oh, okay.
What was 10, 15 a year ago? That was your whole phase?
I've never really had a whole phase, sadly.
What?
I'm usually in long-term relationships. And when I'm not, I'm healing. And then all of a sudden, the next one comes along and sweeps me off my feet.
A lot of
times, but I haven't really had a whole phase.
A lot of times, people say the best way to get over somebody is to get under somebody else. So
I've heard that, but I've never done that. Well, let me see. Let me think. I am in my 40s. I don't think I've done that before.
So are you open-minded when it comes to sex?
Absolutely. I love sex. Like I could have it every day, but right now I'm looking for quality.
I see that.
I want my man.
So on these dating apps, what are you looking for? And maybe not even dating apps, it's somebody you just meet out in the world.
Yes. I need the man to be able to hold an intelligent conversation and make me laugh. I am very humorous in my opinion, and I love to laugh. So, but I also like to talk about a lot of different things. And if all we can talk about is one or two subjects, we're not going to work. And I would say, in essence, I'm probably a sapiosexual more than anything. I would like for my guy to I don't want to roll over in the middle of the night and be like, God damn, because you're not looking good. So, but it don't have to be like this model. But I would like for him to, look decent, be able to make me laugh, that kind of stuff, and be able to hold intelligent conversations. I am very big into compassion and empathy. If you can't empathize with different people of the world, especially my preference as Black men, especially as a Black guy, next. There's too many different types of people in my life for me to be with somebody that is uneasy with others. So just basic respect, being honest, nothing that I think is asking too much.
So what if you meet a guy who's compassionate, empathetic, he's, able to get along with all types of cultures and backgrounds, ethnicities, and he's funny, he makes you laugh, he's easy on the eyes, but his dick is trash.
But what?
But his dick is trash. What are you gonna do?
Ooh, child. Listen. Who says I haven't done that already?
and how did it work for you? Were you satisfied? You said you like sex.
I love sex, and I've been sex deprived for many years now. So in my past relationships, I typically have not gotten into the frequency that I would have liked, but I don't feel that any one person can fulfill every amount of needs of another. So because, the conversation was great, because the romance was there, because foreplay was there, because things were taken care of around the house, made me feel like I'm a woman, I make you feel like a man. Some things can be overlooked. Yes, I wasn't satisfied, in my opinion, in the bed regularly, but everything else was on point. Well, till stuff wasn't. But I don't know if that makes sense. So it's not something that I'm looking for, somebody who has issues or is not fulfilling me. It's not what I'm looking for, but if the rest of the package is there, I have been able in the past to deal with that and be in a committed relationship and not cheat. I don't think I've cheated since I was 20. Okay. And that was just a kiss. I shouldn't say just, it still was cheating.
It's not.
I get that.
It's for y'all, for women. For women, if you kiss or something like that, it's cheating. But for guys, if the dick don't go in, it's not cheating.
Oh, my boyfriend at the time thought it was cheating.
I was about to say, now come on. You found out your girl is kissing another dude, that would be considered cheating.
That's what I'm saying. If
at 20
guys, if women, if your girl kisses another dude, it's cheating. But if your man only kiss or heavy petting, like shout out to my brother Dennis.
Why do you always make these differences?
If he didn't stick his dick in, it's not cheating.
I'm confused. I'm confused. Why are you making this difference between what men will accept and what women will accept? I'm confused.
Me too, Tay.
What did we say? Men fuck for the feeling, women fuck for feelings.
That's what you say.
That's a lie.
Don't say that.
That's a lie. Because I've definitely fucked to fuck, okay? To feel, not for no feelings.
Mm. So you're able to do that. You're able to fuck with no feelings.
Absolutely. Done it before, could do it again.
Really?
Absolutely.
So on our last show, we talked about like a friends with benefits situation. Are you cool with something like that?
Mm-hmm. I've had it before.
How did it end up?
We both got in relationships, or we just decided that we were done and we're still friends. With no benefits.
Y'all are able to remain friends?
Absolutely.
Okay.
I don't know. I guess I'm weird and different. I'm not getting ready to like bring all that up and be trying to be all in your girl face talking crazy, but like I did it for what? We were friends first. We decided to do something physical and then we decreased the physical.
I told Tay that, I struggle with the friends with benefits because
why?
Not because I'm catching feelings or, I wanted to turn into a relationship, but I don't like to be told no. And I want to ask on demand, like Netflix.
But excuse us.
I don't think that could be considered a friend with benefits. I think that's just a F buddy or a booty call.
Mm-hmm. So a fuck buddy and a friends with benefits aren't the same thing?
No, because of the word friend.
Yeah, I agree, Tay.
I never thought about it like that.
I agree.
I never thought about it like that. Okay.
It said on demand.
Look. Hey, if I could put it on the TV screen and shit. And then when I change channels, that means leave. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Exactly. That's exactly how I want it.
Oh my gosh.
Terrible.
So okay, so you said on your dating profile, you say that you're looking for a long-term relationship.
Mm-hmm.
So are you being celibate until you find that, or if somebody comes along and you're like, let's just do it, and
yeah. Yes, I won't say I'm celibate. No, I just really focusing my energy on, I don't know, just I guess really being in a certain headspace to be able to accept, receive, but also keep those. Sometimes we put on blinders when we really want something. And we're like, you know what? That might just be a yellow flag. I want to take everything out of the equation initially so that I can be fully there and aware and be able to catch things, which has been one of my issues in the past. Going right into having sex with somebody has often put these blinders on for me. And so I would like to take that out of the equation, at least for a little while, so I can really see if I'm meeting the person or the representative.
Yeah, I saw something on social media and I've started applying it to my life. When they say red flags do not turn green.
Yeah, don't. Buddy.
I think like, you know, if the sex is good or they make you laugh every now and again, sometimes you can say, oh, well, it might change, or maybe I could deal with it because, you know, the other stuff outweighs it. At this point in my life, you know, I don't even know. I think I've healed so much. If I see one red flag, one foot is out the door. Whereas in the past, I've been Mr. Lovey-dovey, I can fix her. Or there's a lot of, or the biggest mistake people make, people like me, a Pisces who's an empath. I see the potential. And then you realize potential is just that, motherfucking potential. So
that part.
Or they change, it's time to just move around, dog. Find somebody else. Get somebody else.
That part.
So I ask everybody this that comes on the show. On a scale of 1 to 5, 1 being the lowest, 5 being the highest, how would you rate your freak quotient? How freaky are you?
Ooh. Well, freakdom is a wide range of stuff. I'm gonna go with a 4. Okay. Maybe 4.5.
We'll be the judge of that. So what's the freakiest thing you've done?
Maybe like.
No, maybe. What?
I'm trying to figure out like what's considered freaky to folks. To me, it's like get maybe exhibitionist behavior.
So you had sex in front of other people?
Mm-hmm. Not just sex, but oral, that kind of stuff. Huh?
Go ahead, say it again.
I was just saying like oral, not just the penetration, but oral as well. Yeah. I'm assuming that's probably the worst or most freaky. I didn't get into it, but just exhibition type behavior.
The nosy side of me wants to ask you.
Go ahead. It ain't nosy. Hey,
everybody inquiring minds. So
you're the host.
I mean, if you wouldn't mind.
Well, I mean, just so doing things in places where you could potentially get caught not caring. Parking lots at a casino, probably highly camerized. Sex parties, swingers clubs.
Oh, you see, Tay, she tried to like subtly ease into the sex party, swingers clubs, like well, don't get on this motherfucker. Be bashful, man. You say you're a 4.5. Shit.
I said maybe. There's some things I ain't gonna do now.
So we'll get to that. So you've been to a sex club, right? Did you?
Yes, I've been to.
Did you participate?
More than one. Yes, actually I have.
How
mainly with the person that I went with, but a time or two I dabbled.
How would you say your experience was at the sex clubs?
My initial one, it was fearful. First time, of course, there. Not really. I grew up very religious and So sexuality wasn't something that we were supposed to be free with. So I was still kind of coming out of that shell when I first went. So it was a little awkward to kind of see what was going on. But I also grew into liking and enjoying to look at others too. So voyeurism and exhibition. So I mean, like my mouth and eyes were like, I was flabbergasted the first time I went. The subsequent visits definitely more relaxed, I would say. More, I'm still staring, but you're kind of allowed to do that in many of the spaces. Not all of the spaces, of course, but many of the spaces you are allowed to look, and I definitely do. And I'm like, whoa, would I do that? So I would say the experiences outside of the very first one have been enlightening, learning about different kinks that people are into is kind of fascinating me. I went to one and saw somebody got ropes tied up and swinging from the ceiling, and I was just like, that looks like it hurts. But then I was like, do I want to try that?
So did you?
Like, no, I have not tried that. I don't know if I want to. I still haven't. It looks like it hurts a little bit too much. But maybe.
So no role play.
Maybe.
So what's left on your sexual bucket list?
What's left?
Mm-hmm.
I still have not done the elevator thing.
That's a common one on this show. Like,
yeah, I still haven't done that.
Does it have to be a glass elevator or just like a regular elevator?
Preferred.
You trying to like oral or get banged out on the elevator?
Both. 2 elevator days. One for each.
One going up and one coming down.
Hey. I think that's it. Honestly, I've done a lot of stuff I wanted to.
What was has there been something that you've done that other than going to the sex club, that something you've done that may have surprised you that you did it or that you enjoyed?
That I enjoyed. Yeah, I can think of stuff I didn't like.
Okay, what didn't you like?
So I went one time and the woman asked if she could taste me. And I was like, I guess. And I did not like that at all. I don't like women like that. Saw micro penis. That was interesting. I mean, like micro.
You gotta be a bold motherfucker to have a micro peen and go to the swingers club.
That did show.
Was that the swingers club, or you just saw it was a dude you were messing with?
It was at the swingers club. No, I've never messed with a micro. No offense to those with micros. I know you were born with that. Yeah, no offense.
And I'm always amazed. First of all, I'm thankful to God that I'm not in that fraternity. But I always thought that women were exaggerating when they said that they were literally like guys who had, penises the size of their pinky.
It's not an exaggeration.
Yeah. So wow.
It's not an exaggeration.
Tay, you ever had a micro peen?
Yes, that's why I'm shaking my head. It's not it's not an exaggeration.
It's really not.
Did you work with it, or was that one of the guys that got no second call?
Well, he was the first guy that got a second call, only because the first time I didn't really realize what was going on. I just knew that I'm not feeling anything. And then the second, that I was still young. So I didn't really know what to feel. Kind of sort of, it was after my first boyfriend. I'm giving a lot of information. Anyway, so the second time I actually reached down, and that's when I felt it, and I was like, oh, this is literally the size of my pinky. Yeah.
You know, I was talking to a homegirl of mine, and she said that she has a friend that prefers small penises. Like
small or micro?
I didn't ask.
There's a difference.
I didn't ask if she liked the micro, but like,
Okay.
I'm assuming she just said small. She
Okay.
prefers small penises. Like that's all she wants is a small penis. Like she gonna get all the rocks off with a small penis. So yeah, somebody for everybody, right?
I mean, there are a lot of nerve endings right at the opening, so you really, really don't need much if the guy can work with what he has. But that's the key. He has to be able
Gotta
to
have some girth though if you're gonna be small, in my opinion.
You gotta work the angles.
But then I don't want a big giant either, so I like my insides.
So what are your hard limits? What is like, hell no, I would not do that.
I am not peeing, nor is anyone going to pee on me. Or defecating. Definitely not going to be doing any of that. Outside of that, I'm okay with the BDSM type things as long as it's not super forceful and painful, but light amounts of pain is okay. But please do not defecate or urinate on Danielle because I will fight you. Probably I will fight you.
I want you to pee on him. You ain't gonna do it?
Huh?
Not gonna do it? If he wants you to pee on him.
If I do it, we're not gonna talk ever again. Ever. Number one, I'm a germaphobe, so you can't touch me again. Okay. No. Okay. Not even on my drunkest day.
That's funny. That's funny.
Okay, so I want to go back to the dating apps. So have you had any success? Like maybe not meeting somebody that you think is long term yet, but maybe somebody's like, I'm kind of feeling him.
I was feeling two gentlemen, and then yeah.
That sounded so sad.
Oh, yeah. So one fell asleep and missed our date, but our conversation was great. Another one, conversation was great. And then I saw a messy space. I can't live like that.
What do you mean, a messy space?
The space was dirty and messy.
That he lived in?
Yeah, I can't do that.
What is y'all was like webcamming or whatever?
No, I went over there to get a gift. And he actually invited me into that space.
Wow. Didn't have enough.
And I asked about it, and my question was ignored.
Now, so, was it like hoarders nasty, or was it just like I'm a bachelor and I got shit everywhere?
It was shit everywhere and it stunk.
Yeah.
Not hoarding, just clothes everywhere, dresser, everything is. I can't. I will say I have a little bit of anal retentiveness when it comes to tidiness. Not that my space is always super tidy, but
okay.
I am no grown person's mom. I am no grown person's maid.
So speaking of anal retentive, is that on the approved list for Danielle?
What do you mean? On my profile?
No, I hope it ain't on your profile.
Hey, I might need to put it on
So do you do you do anal?
there. Huh? Oh, anal. I thought you were talking about anal retentiveness. So
Fucked up.
I've only tried it.
You fucked my joke all the way up. You know what I'm saying?
I did. Well, you know, I fuck jokes up regularly. My bad. I'm a little slow sometimes. So I tried once or twice. One person was just too big. Other time, yeah, I haven't been comfortable yet to do that.
Okay.
Maybe it'll take a different person. I'm not sure, but I just haven't been comfortable yet.
You know, it's funny because there's some women who are like, hell no, don't ask. I will not do it because either they've tried it and maybe they had a situation like you did where it was just too big and it was too painful, or they just like, it's just not something I want to do. But then there are other women who are like, it's mandatory for me because say it offers probably one of the deepest and hardest orgasms a woman could have. So I always ask that not to be a perv, but just to see the mind space, you know, where you know different women are at.
Yeah, it's not a hard no, but it's also not a hard yes. So hard.
It's hard. It's hard.
So Danielle, at the end of every show, we play a game we call Nasty or Normal. So I'm going to give you a sexual scenario and you tell me if for you it's nasty or normal.
Okay.
Today's scenario is there's a kink in the BDSM world of littles where people can act like children. Is that nasty or normal?
I'm gonna go with nasty on that one.
Okay.
No children. Not even a thought.
What?
Just your seed spreading, but spread that on in the no children.
Wait, so it's called little, so it's not like
so there are two different ways I've seen this play out. I've seen it where somebody's just a submissive, but they act like kind of childlike around their dom, and then I've seen it on the far end of the spectrum where the person is like wearing diapers and eating from a bottle and stuff like that.
I find no attractiveness in that.
See, to me, that blurs a line now, because like, okay, obviously you got a grown ass person, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they are pretending to be childlike. What's to stop you from going ahead and going and getting a actual child? Now, I can see where it's like I'm not attracted to children. I'm attracted to adults who act like a child. I can see the logic in it, but it don't interest me at all. That's too weird. That's too weird.
Too much. Demasiado.
Yeah. I do like for chicks to call me daddy though. And is that weird? Is that weird for y'all? I mean, because I know y'all both got dads.
It's weird.
Do you call a man daddy?
I've called a guy Big Daddy.
I can't. Yeah, I think because I did call my father daddy, it's always been weird for me. But I will use Poppy.
Poppy,
even though technically it's the same thing, but I never called my father that, so that was safe for me.
Yeah, see, that's why I mess with chicks. We ain't got no daddy, so we ain't got no.
Wow.
I got a type.
Oh gosh!
Wow.
I never thought about it because I have daughters and they just call me dad. They don't call me dad. They call me dad. So often, and I don't ask for it. I've never requested that a woman call me daddy, but often I get Big Daddy, and I get daddy as well. And that shit is sexy. To me, it doesn't go there in terms of it being like pedophilia or kind of that type of father-daughter situation. To me, it's more so like, the pimp game. You know how, the pimps and hoes, they say, hey daddy, or whatever like that. That would be more reminiscent of that to me than a father-daughter situation. But I can see why people would be uncomfortable with it.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So if you ain't got no daddy, hit us up. Podcast at gmail.com. I'm your man. But anyway, Danielle, we appreciate you coming on the show.
Thank you.
Thanks for being a
Thank you for having me.
No problem. Tell me where they can find us.
You can find us at Conversate After Dark everywhere. And if you would like to be a guest on the show or you have a topic you want us to cover, you can reach us at CVAD, the podcast at gmail.com. And make sure you like this video, share it with someone, and subscribe. And hit that notification bell by the subscribe button so you can be notified whenever we post a video.
That's it. Nothing else to be said. We'll catch you next time. Peace.
Bye.
Bye.